everybody, it's Blazer, Dawnland Trapping. Not trapping season. It's actually June. I'm going to just show a couple sets real quick. You guys really should practice this if you're new to trapping, especially, and you're looking to get some coyotes and fox. Practice this during the off months. Obviously, once you set the trap, you can't leave it there. So set it off. Keep doing repetition, repetition, repetition. Make sure it's bedded firmly. I'm going to show you a couple sets that I had going last year. Don't got a lot of things to do at the moment, so it's easier to make this video now. I'm going to be trapping 3 different properties, about 3,000 acres next year, or this coming season. So it's going to be a little more difficult to be doing any instructional type videos. So I'm going to show you the trench set first. I don't have all my stuff pulled out, but you know, I'll just use a hammer to dig it up, you know. But I'll walk you through it, I'll talk you through it. So my son Keith, 11 years old, he's the one recording this for me, and see how it goes. Alright, so first off, what you want to do, find your spot. Pretend, you know, there's coyote tracks and stuff in the area. You know they're in the area. So automatically it's going to have this right next to me. I know where I'm going to put it. I'm going to start digging it out. And I want to dig a trench. A decent trench. And what this is doing, it's looking like an animal went kind of nuts digging this out. You can do it more at an angle, almost like a triangle. Got some rocks down in here. Now, this trench set is a dirt hole at the same time. Except your dirt hole is going to be down in here. So, try to pull these roots out of the way just so you guys can see. So the first thing I do before I even bed my trap is I know where I want that dirt hole. It's going to be right here. I'm going to go in at an angle. There's a rock there, but make it work anyways. You're not going to bait this yet, but you got to go off from this dirt hole here. And what you're doing is, you're not going to need backing or anything. They're not going to come down and be able to look in from the back side, so they're going to have to step here in order to get into it. So, as you probably figured out, instead of doing your 9 to 12 inches you normally do, you're going to be right here. This is where your trap is going to be sitting. You're going to want to dig your bed out. Now, this is real rocky, so if I was to actually trap here, this isn't the place I'm going to trap. This is where I keep all the wood. But if I was to trap here, I would just be using stakes. I wouldn't be using the earth anchors. Earth anchors, if you're not familiar with them, this is attached to your trap. You're going to have an anchor driver. You attach to the anchor driver, and you just drive it into the ground like normal. Pull up, sets it, not going anywhere. However, something like this, I lace through, trap would normally be set. No point me setting the trap at the moment. I'll set it anyways, but trap would be set. Once that's bedded in, so we're going to pretend I just nailed that into the ground. So that's where your trap chain is now. I put just a little dirt, make sure you get the rocks and crap out of there. You don't want that in there to interfere with your trap. And what I'll do, make sure that's down there, I stick one of the springs into the side of the bank. Not enough where it's going to give me issues or cause me issues. However, enough where it's stable. Now, I'm actually putting that in the wrong way. See that? And obviously you want to pay attention to what you're doing. So, You want to make sure it's stable. Make sure no dirt's up underneath your pan. I know that's pretty stable right there, so from here, I'm going to take pan cover. All this is a piece of screen from a window. Cut normally to size. Not exactly the size I need it. We can cut it a little bit. Normally these would be pre-cut. So you take a window screen, stick it in here. It's going to go right around that jaw. And bam, it's keeping everything off from your pan. Okay? Once again, you want to make sure that's bedded solid. Make sure nothing is in the way of your spring. There's a rock there. Obviously, not going to want that there. At this point, I then can take my soil, sift it like I normally would. I'm remembering where my pan is. It's a rock right there, or a dirt clod. Probably a dirt clod. I remember where my pan is. And good to go. If you got dirt clods, anything like that, if you want to put any type of stops or anything like that up, step ups, anything, that's perfectly fine. The issue is, they do come in from the side, they knock that down. It could interrupt, you know, your trap. Obviously, you're going to bait it, spray some urine up on top. Yeah, any questions? This is a trench set. They're going to come in, they're going to step in order to look down this hole or access this hole, they're going to step right here. So that's what they're going to do. You're going to catch them. This is a set I had caught majority of my coyotes last year. You can use it pretty much anywhere. You have a big boulder, like if you want to point to that boulder, Keith. You have a big boulder. You got something. You can put it on at the base of that. You could do the same thing with a trench set. You could also put just a regular dirt hole there. But this will really grab their attention. Next, we're gonna do just your typical dirt hole. So once again, I'm gonna pretend this ain't here. You use that same bed. You dig out your bed to the size of your trap. Put your stake in, whatever you're using for a stake. Okay? From here, you want to make sure that's solid. It's solid. I'm good. I'm comfortable with it. I put my pan cover on. Some people don't use a pan cover. I like it, especially when our trapping season is up in here in Maine. It's nice having that extra security. And put your soil in. Gonna cover. Remember where your pan is. What you can do, I don't have my little broom, so I'm just going to use this. I know my pan's right there, so I want a little indent right there. Not a lot, just a little bit. You're going to step on that low spot. So I know there's no rocks around here, but there's my pan. I can see it right here. Then, once again, take a little finer dust just to make sure. Good to go. Take my rebar, dirt hole, and round that out. Not much difference here. When I do just normal dirt hole, I normally have some form of backing, whether it be a rock, stick, something like that. Stick something in the ground, and I'll spray some urine or smear some glam lure or something on that. Very easy set. A flat set, pretty much the exact same thing as this. However, this is going to be the exact level of the ground. It's not going to be dipped down like that. If we were in a grassy area, I carry a pair of scissors on me when I'm trapping. I'll cut grass just to make sure it's all blended in with the area. Normally with a flat set, you're not going to use any type of bait, lure, or anything like that. You don't really have to. It's something you're going to use in just a normal traffic area. Flat sets are real good if you have a trap shy coyote. You know, if you happen to have pinched one, or other people have trapped a property before, and they're trap shy, a lot of people don't use the flat sets, and it's very underrated trapping technique. So it's an excellent set. Those are your 3 basic sets I would tell you to definitely you're going to want to use for both coyotes and fox. Excellent sets, but practice them. That's the important thing. Up towards me. Definitely, that's the important thing. Make sure you're practicing your sets. Feel. Make sure they're bedded solid. If they're not bedded solid, dig it out. Do it again. Do it again. Repetition is key. I've heard the saying. We've all heard the saying that practice makes perfect. But it only makes perfect if you're doing it right. If you're doing it wrong, and you keep practicing it wrong, you're going to do it perfectly wrong when you're out on that line. So keep going. You guys have any questions, you know, like, comment. And I have a Facebook page. The link is below. And but no issues whatsoever. The bait will be out within the next couple months. I'll start selling that. Anybody's interested in the bait, they're going to be 4-ounce jars for $10. Yeah, send me a message and we'll get you taken care of. But yeah, any questions, any comments, feel free. No problems whatsoever. We're all here, you know. Never learn everything, I'll tell you that. You're always learning. So you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll be getting some more videos up shortly.